Hey guys, this is Vamakshi Verma from Canals Academy and this is the second video on ionic equilibrium. In this video, we are going to see the basic concepts behind the acids and bases. Let's start. So, if physically said, acids are sour in taste. Like you must have observed in fruits like oranges, melons, etc. Because they contain an acid which is known as citric acid. So basically, there are many examples like tamarind contains tartaric acid and so on. So what about the bases? The substance which tastes bitter and the texture when touched it feels slippery. These substances are nothing but the bases. Examples are soap, toothpaste, etc. This was about the tastes and texture about the acids and bases. But what about a substance which does not taste sour and it is an acid? And what if the substance that is not bitter and slippery is a base? So for this, let's have a look on their chemical aspect. So basically, some theories are given for acids and bases so as to understand it more accurately in terms of chemical compounds. So basically, there are three theories here for acids and bases. So the first one is Arrhenius theory, the second one is Lowry-Bronsted theory, and the third one is Lewis concept. Let's see them one by one. So the first one is Arrhenius theory. According to this theory, acids are the chemical compounds which, when dissociated into its respective cations and anions, they give H plus ions in the product, indicating their acidic behavior. For this, let's see an example. So here you can see that HCl, when dissolved in water, it dissociates into its respective ions and it gives H plus ions in the product, that is in the aqueous solution, indicating acids, indicating acidic behavior according to the Arrhenius theory. Let's understand this by one more example. This is acetic acid, which when dissolved in water again dissociated into CH3COO minus, that is acetate ions, and H plus ions, that is your proton. And again, according to the Arrhenius theory, this indicates an acidic behavior. So what about the bases? So basically, bases are those compounds which when dissolved in water dissociates and give OH minus. Now here you can see the example of NaOH, that is your sodium hydroxide. It dissolves in water to form an aqueous solution to give Na plus ion, that is sodium ion, and OH minus, that is your hydroxyl ion. So according to Arrhenius theory, if any compounds dissociates and give OH minus in their aqueous solution, so they are known as the bases. Let's see one more example for this. So here is ammonium hydroxide, which when dissociated gives NH4 plus, that is ammonium ion, and OH minus, that is hydroxyl ion, indicating that it is a basic solution, which is according to the Arrhenius theory. So basically, Arrhenius theory says that if any compound, when forms an aqueous solution and gives H plus ions in the aqueous solution, is an acid, and when any compound dissolved in water to form an aqueous solution to give OH minus or hydroxyl ions in the solution, is nothing but the basis. Now let's see the next concept, that is the Lowry-Bronsted theory. So basically, this theory says that acids are the proton donors. That is, a compound which donates H plus is acid, which is somewhat same to the Arrhenius theory. So acids are proton donors here. And bases are H plus or proton acceptors. That is, if any compound accepts a proton, it is a base, according to Lowry-Bronsted theory. Let's look at the example. So here HCl is an acid because it donates H plus, and ammonia NH3 is a base because it accepts H plus. This happens when we see the reaction with respect to the forward path. As you can see that the reaction is a reversible reaction. So when we see the forward reaction, this becomes an acid because it has the ability to donate proton, and NH3, that is ammonia, has the ability to accept the proton. Now if we see the backward reaction, Cl minus has the ability to accept the proton. So here Cl minus becomes the base, and NH4 plus, that is ammonium ion, has the ability to donate H plus, so it becomes acid. Let's see the another example for it. Here you can see that HCl reacts with H2O to give you H3O plus and Cl minus. So in this case, H2O, as we think, it is neither acid or nor it is basic, but here it does the work of a base. Okay. So here HCl is an acid because it has the ability to give H plus ions or donate H plus ions. And here the H2O, that is the water molecule, has the ability to accept the H plus ions and form H3O plus ion. Okay. Now, here, if we see the backward reaction, Cl minus has the ability to accept the H plus ion, making it a base. And H3O plus, again, it has the ability to give or donate the H plus ion, making it an acid. So we can say that H2O and H3O plus are conjugate acid base pair. And one more acid base conjugate pair is here, which is HCl and Cl minus. Okay. So basically this takes place, this acid base conjugate pair exists in a reversible type of reaction where one acid is there in the reactant side and its base, its conjugate base, is present on the product side, and vice versa. So basically, according to Laurie-Bronsted theory, acids are those compounds which donates H plus or protons, and bases are those compounds which accepts the protons. Let's see the last theory of acid and bases, that is nothing but the Lewis concept. And according to Lewis concept, acids are those compounds which are electron pair acceptors, and bases are those compounds which are electron pair donors. To understand this more nicely, let's see an example. So here you can see that H plus ion, that is this H plus, is an acid, and this NH3, that is nothing but your ammonia, which is written in more expanded form. So NH3 has a lone pair. This H plus can accept the lone pair, making this H plus acid according to Lewis concept. And because this ammonia molecule is donating its pair of electron to any of the compound, so this becomes a base because it is donating the electron pair. So according to Lewis concept, acids are those compounds which accepts the electron pair, and bases are those compounds which donates the electron pair. Let's see one more example for this. Here is BF3 molecule, which is acting as an acid. Why? Because it is accepting the electron pair from ammonia, and ammonia being the electron pair donor, it is nothing but the base. So according to Lewis concept, acids are those which accept the lone pair and bases are those which donates the lone pair. So let's revise all the three theories or concepts in a one go. So in Arrhenius theory, we learned that acid is the one which donates H plus, bases are the one which donates OH minus. In Laurie-Bronsted theory, we saw that acids are those which donates protons and bases are those which accepts proton. In Lewis concept, we saw that acids are those which accepts the electron pair and bases are those which donates the electron pairs. Now let's see the concept of acids and bases in accordance to equilibrium. So acids and bases are of two types. the strong acids and bases and weak acids and bases. As we had seen in the last video that strong electrolytes completely dissociates into its respective ions. Similarly, strong acids and bases also dissociates completely into its respective ions. Let's see an example. So for acid, here we take a general molecule that is Ha, where it dissociates into H plus and A minus ions. And for bases, the general molecule is nothing but BOH, where it dissociates into B plus and hydroxyl ion, that is OH minus. Similarly, weak electrolytes, we had seen that weak electrolytes dissociates incompletely to give its respective ions, and it followed the reversible type of reaction. So similarly, weak acids and weak bases also dissociates incompletely. Let's see an example. So here also we have taken an example like we had taken in the earlier slide. BOH is for your base, so it gives you B plus and OH minus, but the difference here is it is a reversible reaction. Similarly for the acid is also a reversible reaction and it will give you H plus and A minus ion. Now, as we had seen in the last video, that equilibrium is established in the reversible type of reactions. That is, the type of reaction in which forward and backward reaction both takes place simultaneously. And equilibrium is established when rate of forward reaction equals to rate of backward reaction, and at that point equilibrium is established. So till now we know the basic concepts of ionic equilibrium, as well as we know that what are the concept of acids and bases, and even that acids and bases are available in two types, that is strong and weak. That is, the weak one will follow the reversible type of reaction, and in those weak acids and bases equilibrium will be established. To study this equilibrium mathematically, let's see how to solve it. So basically here we are going to solve this equilibrium mathematically to give an equilibrium constant. So this equilibrium constant will be solved for two different types. That is, first one would be weak acids and the next one would be weak bases. Let's see them one by one. So for weak acids, the general equation that we write is this, where Ha is nothing but your weak acid and it follows a reversible path to give you H plus and A minus ions. Because it gives H plus, this indicates that your compound is acid. Now, for this reaction, the rate of forward reaction would be written as this, where rate of forward reaction is indicated by R, capital R, and a small f in the parenthesis indicating the rate of forward reaction. And rate of forward reaction is equal to Kf and concentration of Ha. Now the square brackets indicates the concentration, as I had explained you in the chemical kinetic series, and this K is nothing but your rate constant for the forward reaction. The same equation we had studied in the chemical kinetics. Now, this is a reversible reaction, so this was the rate of the forward reaction. For the rate of the backward reaction, that is, for the backward reaction, the rate or the speed is given as this, where the rate of the backward reaction is denoted by capital R and a small b in the parenthesis indicating it is a backward reaction, and a constant that is Kb, the rate constant for the backward reaction, the concentrations of the ions, and the whole thing is written in the form of products. Okay. Now, when the equilibrium is established, the rate of the forward reaction equals to the rate of the backward reaction. And when this happens, the equation can be written as this, where Rf, that is rate or the speed of the forward reaction, can be said that it is equal to rate of the backward reaction. And when this both things are equal to each other, these equations also become equal to each other like this. So by solving, or we can say that when we rearrange this equation, we take all the constants on one side and all the concentration terms on one side. This whole thing is a constant. So instead of writing this separately, we can write it as this, where Ka is nothing but Kf, that is rate constant of forward reaction, divided by Kb, that is rate constant of backward reaction. Now what is this A written in the parenthesis? This A is for acids. Because this whole equation was derived for weak acids, so this A is indicating acid. So basically, this is your equilibrium constant for acids. And this equilibrium constant is in terms of the concentration of the acids, okay, of this weak acid and this ions that it has dissociated to give in the aqueous solution. So this is the basic equation of your equilibrium constant for weak acids. Similarly, for weak base, the reaction would be this, where BOH will dissociate into B plus and OH minus ion. Again, this is a reversible reaction, and again solving it similar to the acid equations, this will also give you this kind of equation, where this B is for base. So basically, if I generalize this equilibrium constant formula, it says that equilibrium constant is nothing but the product of the concentration of the products divided by the concentration of the reactant raised to their stoichiometric coefficients. Now, what are stoichiometric coefficients? Those are nothing but the multiples which are present for those concentrations. So here the multiple was 1, again here the multiple was 1, here the multiple was 1. So everywhere the raised to term is 1, which we all know that we don't have to write. So this was about the equilibrium constants of acids and bases. More videos are yet to come. Till then, here are few questions related to this part. Do solve it, and if there are any sort of doubts, please do ask me. The first question is, label the conjugate acid-base pair in the following reaction. These conjugate acid-base pairs are according to the Lowry-Bronsted concept. So you have to label the conjugate acid-base pair. The second question is, why is KCl solution neutral to the litmus paper or the litmus solution? Why KCl solution is neutral? You have to write the answer for it. The last question is, why cations are Lewis acids? We all have studied the Lewis concept basically. And what was it? It says that any compound which accepts the electron pair are acid and which donates the electron pair are bases. So accordingly, you can write this answer, why cations are Lewis acid. So these are the three questions. Do solve it, and if you have any sort of doubts, please do ask me. Thank you.